What was the biggest obstacle for Salma Hayek in Hollywood? How did she prove that she was a great actress and not just a hot body? And how does Salma react to being called a gold digger? Hi, I'm Claire, and you're watching OSSA. Let's get started. Conquering Hollywood. Having once described herself as a spoiled brat, Salma Hayek grew up in a tight-knit, wealthy Catholic family. The daughter of a successful businessman and an opera singer, she had an idyllic childhood in Coatzacoalcos, Mexico. While they had all they wanted, Hayek and her brother were also taught about the importance of giving back from an early age. Her father told them to treat everyone the same, the Mexican beauty once revealed. Hayek's parents also set up and funded music scholarships to help talented kids who didn't have the finances to study music. Later in life, the actress became known for her own charitable work. I have always been inspired by my parents to carry on helping people, mainly in fighting for justice for women around the world, she told The Guardian. Although she was diagnosed with a learning disorder, dyslexia, she went on to study international relations to fulfill her humanitarian potential. However, she soon dropped out to pursue her first love, acting. Her family was less than pleased, but Hayek told them this was her destiny. Becoming one of Mexico's biggest soap opera stars by the age of 22, she proved the power of following your dreams. But her biggest dream was to make it in Hollywood, and it was one many thought she would never fulfill. They thought I was crazy in Mexico when I said, "I'm going to Hollywood." She once told Oprah, "Nobody thought I could make it." Yet she never questioned her decision, even though her dyslexia made learning English incredibly difficult. Against the odds, she mastered the language, but casting agents criticized her accent and basically told her to give up.
You'll never get a leading role for a Latina, and this is what truly inspired me.
Armed with this attitude, Hayek studied acting and soon landed a small film part. Her later breakout role was in the 1995 hit Desperado alongside Antonio Banderas. Although the film made her a worldwide star, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Just recently, she revealed the struggles she faced when filming the movie's risque love scene, where she had to do some nudity. Speaking on the podcast Armchair Expert, she said the scene wasn't in the film's original script. It was only added once producers saw her great chemistry with Banderas. "When we were going to start shooting, I started to sob," Hayek said. "One of the things I was afraid of was Antonio, because he was an absolute gentleman and super nice, and we're still very close friends, but he was very free. So it scared me that for him, it was like nothing." But Banderas was very sympathetic. What also scared Hayek was the idea of her brother and father seeing the scene, as she just wanted them to be proud of her. So, how do you think she dealt with this? She made sure she saw the movie with her family. When the scene started, she escorted them out of the cinema to ensure they missed it and went back in once it ended. Smart move, Selma. Not just a sex symbol. Although the Desperado scene was treated with sensitivity, Hayek wasn't so lucky when it came to making her 2002 passion project, Frida. Movie mogul turned convicted sex offender Harvey Weinstein co-produced the movie. In a startling 2017 article entitled "Harvey Weinstein is My Monster Too," Selma revealed the trauma she went through. Weinstein constantly asked her for inappropriate and unprofessional favors, and went as far as to threaten her for refusals. But his involvement was key to getting the movie made. Ultimately, Frida was a hit with critics and even earned Hayek a Best Actress Oscar nomination. She was finally recognized as a serious actress, as opposed to just a sex symbol, but it came with a price. Selma says she realized that her looks would help her get noticed early on in her Hollywood career. She may have starred in films like Desperado and From Dusk to Dawn, which definitely capitalized on her sexuality, but she always stayed true to herself. The actress once said that she's proud of the fact that she was never sleazy. "I think it was clear to the public that my sexy image was a character and not the real me," she once said. In a 2003 interview with Oprah, she spoke of being objectified, saying that women are so much more than a symbol of sensuality. Yet she added that women need not detach themselves from their sexuality.
But I think I've been able, and it's only lately, to show that there are more things to a woman than just that.
That's why getting Frida made was so important to her. She knew she had to take control of her career and prove how much more she had to offer. While Weinstein's behavior made that very difficult, she found a way to get the movie made without sacrificing who who she was. And that's the kind of strength she teaches women to emulate. In fact, Hayek has been honored for her humanitarian work, which largely focuses on female empowerment and promoting awareness of violence against women. She also fights against discrimination against immigrants. She once admitted that she was very briefly an illegal immigrant herself when she unknowingly let her US visa expire. But now, Salma can easily travel around the world and work on whatever projects she wants to. From bliss to boobs. Hayek is currently making headlines for her new sci-fi drama film, Bliss, in which she stars alongside Owen Wilson. In a departure from her previous roles, she plays a mysterious woman who tries to convince an unhappy man that he's living in a simulated world. Have you seen it yet? Staying with sci-fi, she's also set to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Eternals, where she played Ajak, the leader of a superpowered alien race living on Earth. She took the role without seeing the script because of the secrecy surrounding the film. So, was it a good experience for Salma? Not really, as she felt a bit unsettled. However, she loved working with director Chloe Zhao. Let's just hope to see the fruit of their collaboration later this year. The experience of playing a superhero also made Hayek think about how she conquered the challenges she faced when arriving in Hollywood. Speaking of how she felt when she first tried on her costume, she said, "It was empowering. It really moved me. They told me, it's never going to happen for you here. I am representing." Speaking of representing, Hayek is also the founder and CEO of Latin-themed film production company Ventana Rosa, best known for comedy series Ugly Betty. And through her company's new HBO Max deal, Hayek will bring us a show with quite an intriguing title, A Boob's Life. Yes, you heard that right. It's not a joke. It's based on a memoir by Leslie Lair, who underwent breast cancer treatment. The show tells the story of a woman whose breasts start talking to her as she approaches 40. There's no word yet on whether or not Hayek herself will star. Here's hoping. In a statement about the show, Hayek said that its main characters are a metaphor for how women are constantly judged. In this show, we give the breast a voice that takes us through the life of a woman from a unique perspective that often we don't dare to see. She said, growing up, Hayek herself wasn't as well endowed as she is now. As a teen, she used to visit a church with a saint said to grant miracles to appeal for divine intervention. As she hilariously revealed on The Graham Norton Show,
I went back in the church, put my hands in the holy water, and went, "Please, Jesus, give me."
These days, she's an advocate of celebrating her body. The 54-year-old actress recently created a buzz for continuously posting swimsuit selfies from her December vacation on Instagram. "I had to lose a lot of weight and exercise to get into the bikini towards the end of last year," she said. "I'm glad I took a lot of pictures. I have no shame on it." She called the experience liberating. While she embraces her age, Hayek admits that she sometimes lies about her weight. Like most of us, she says she's not immune from the quarantine munchies, and she's already added some pounds since her vacation. Yet that does not affect her self-esteem or love of life. Speaking of which, Salma is happily married. Marriage misconceptions. Hayek was actually subject to much judgment and scrutiny when she married billionaire and philanthropist François-Henri Pinault, CEO of French luxury fashion house Kering. He oversees luxury brands including Balenciaga, Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent, and Alexander McQueen. Well, lady got a style, right? Having previously dated actors Josh Lucas and Edward Norton, Hayek surprised many with her choice of husband. You know, the thing is that in pictures, you cannot begin to guess the magic in him. She said in a recent Armchair Expert podcast, "He's made me become a much better person and grow in such a good, healthy way." She and Pinault got married in 2009 on Valentine's Day in Paris. It may sound cliched, but we can't help but be swept up in the romance of it all. The two are said to be the richest celebrity couple in the world. That's one of the reasons that Salma's had to repeatedly address accusations that she's a gold digger. She recently addressed the controversy in an interview. "When I married him, everybody said, it's an arranged marriage. She's marrying him for the money." I'm like, yeah, whatever, bitch, think what you want. 15 years together and we are strong in love, and I don't even get offended. You go, girl. Considering the fact that she's independently wealthy, the claims simply don't make sense. While it's rather small compared to her husband's billions, Hayek's estimated $200 million net worth is nothing to complain about. She was also determined to maintain her independence when the two wed. "I have a system in my life that I've chosen, where my expenses from before the marriage are my expenses," she once shared. Hayek in fact says that she used to be afraid of marriage and that Pinault had to propose 3 times before she accepted. Salma famously keeps the romantic story of how they met a secret. It's something that's just hers. She obviously made the right decision, as she says their love for one another has only grown through the years. And that's what's most important to her.
Best accomplishment of my life
Is it?
a happy marriage and a healthy family life.
Aside from her passion for her husband, Hayek adores their teenage daughter, Valentina. The actress was already 41 when she fell pregnant, but says that's why she's never seen motherhood as a burden, even though it's sometimes exhausting. "I love being a wife and homemaker because it's my choice," she said in an interview with The Guardian. From the looks of things, Hayek has built something that few movie stars manage to maintain: a happy home and work life. And she keeps inspiring others with her positive attitude, good looks, and intelligence. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, click here to find out why Hayek's ex, Edward Norton, disappeared from Hollywood. Stay awesome!